Alright folks, welcome back to the channel everyone. This is WoodECI here, and today we're diving deep into an intense and mind-blowing recap and analysis of one of the most talked about horror thrillers of the year. We're talking about Lord of Misrule, the 2024 release that has captured audiences with its eerie setting, complex characters, and nail-biting suspense. If you're ready to explore the mysteries, hidden meanings, and chills of this unsettling movie, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and join me as we unravel every twist and turn in this story. No time to waste. Let's dive right in. Lord of Misrule is not your typical horror movie. It's the kind that gets under your skin and lingers in your mind long after the credits roll. Set in a small, isolated English town, it captures an atmosphere of quiet dread and hidden horrors. Right from the beginning, we meet Rebecca Holland, a character who's looking for a fresh start. She's moved to this little town with her daughter Evie, hoping for a new chapter in their lives after some difficult times. Rebecca's a compelling character. She's tough yet vulnerable, and it's her resilience that keeps us rooting for her throughout the movie. But here's the twist. Rebecca's fresh start isn't as peaceful as she'd hoped. The town she moves to isn't just quaint. It's haunted by unsettling secrets that begin to emerge as Rebecca settles in. The townspeople are polite but seem off, like they're hiding something just beneath the surface. This eerie vibe is set up masterfully by the director, who uses shadowy cinematography, chilling music, and close-ups to create a world that feels claustrophobic and dangerous. Every glance, every whisper, every moment of silence makes the viewer feel as though they're in a place where something sinister is lurking. Rebecca soon finds herself increasingly suspicious of her neighbors, who seem overly invested in her life and her daughter's presence. But her suspicions turn into dread when Evie, her beloved daughter, suddenly disappears without a trace. This is the pivotal moment that thrusts Rebecca into the heart of the town's darkest secrets. What begins as a desperate search for her daughter quickly turns into a terrifying journey through a maze of ancient rituals, hidden cults, and a chilling figure known only as the Lord of Misrule. This figure, the Lord of Misrule, is a central piece of the mystery, and it's as horrifying as it is captivating. In British folklore, the Lord of Misrule represents a period of chaos and lawlessness, where traditional order is turned upside down, and people give in to their wildest impulses. But here, the character is much more than a symbol. It's a very real, very dark presence that has infected the minds and lives of the townspeople. Rebecca begins to suspect that this Lord is behind her daughter's disappearance. But as she dives deeper, the boundaries between reality and nightmare start to blur. The town itself is almost a character in its own right. Every building, street, and shadow seems to pulse with an ominous energy. The director uses this setting to full effect, making it feel like a prison from which Rebecca cannot escape. As she frantically searches for Evie, Rebecca encounters strange symbols carved into walls, half-whispered chants that echo through the air, and strange figures who seem to appear and vanish in the blink of an eye. It's an experience that grips the viewer with dread and immerses them in Rebecca's terror. As Rebecca learns more about the town, she finds that Evie's disappearance isn't an isolated incident. The Lord of Misrule's influence has been spreading for years, with whispers of ancient rituals involving the sacrifice of children to bring about a world free from the constraints of order and morality. Rebecca's determination is palpable, and it's this love for her daughter that fuels her as she uncovers each clue and secret. The film doesn't just focus on her fear, it highlights her strength as a mother, willing to go to any lengths to protect her child. Now let's talk about the horror elements that make Lord of Misrule stand out. This movie doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. Instead, it opts for a slow burn, psychological approach that heightens the fear with every passing moment. The director plays with the viewer's perception, blending reality with hallucination in such a way that we too start to question what's real. For example, there's one chilling scene where Rebecca believes she's found Evie, only for her to vanish like smoke. These moments keep the audience guessing, constantly shifting between hope and despair. A key aspect of this horror is the sound design. The soundtrack is haunting, with subtle notes that grow louder in moments of tension. But more than that, it's the use of silence that makes the movie so unsettling. The quiet moments, when we hear only the soft rustle of leaves or the faint creak of a floorboard, are the ones that really get under your skin. It's as if the very silence of the town is part of the horror, reminding us of the emptiness and the constant danger Rebecca is facing. The townspeople, as it turns out, are not just ordinary folk. They are part of a cult that worships the Lord of Misrule, embracing chaos and disorder. They have a belief system that values breaking the rules and unleashing one's darker instincts. These people don't just hide their beliefs, they live by them. And as Rebecca delves deeper, she realizes she's surrounded by people willing to do anything to protect their rituals, including sacrificing anyone who tries to stand in their way. The fear intensifies as we come to understand that these aren't just villains. They're people driven by a fanatical devotion that makes them unpredictable and terrifying. And then there's the climax of the movie, where Rebecca faces the cult and the Lord of Misrule itself. Without giving too much away, let's just say that the final scenes are an absolute roller coaster of emotion and suspense. Rebecca is forced to confront not only her fear of the cult, but also her own doubts and insecurities. She fights for her daughter's life, her own sanity, and her belief in goodness against a force that embodies chaos and destruction. The ending of Lord of Misrule is, let's just say, jaw-dropping. It doesn't give us a neat resolution. Instead, it leaves us with questions and chills that linger long after the movie is over. The director gives us just enough clues to piece together some of the mystery, but not everything. It's a bold move that leaves the story open-ended, allowing viewers to interpret what truly happened in this dark, twisted town. And for those who enjoy a film that keeps you thinking, this kind of ending is deeply satisfying. And there you have it, folks. Another deep dive brought to you by Minute Recaps, where we break down everything you need to know about movies and series, fast. If you enjoyed this recap, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest releases. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll be the first to catch our next breakdown. And hey, if you know someone who'd love this story or who's always looking for quick, quality recaps, share this video with them too. Thanks for watching, and remember, the best way to stay in the loop with your favorite movies and shows is right here on Minute Recaps. See you in the next video.